Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Let me get a 1 in the comments if you guys can hear me. Oh boy. They want you to worship them. So, link is in the description. Yes, Mr. Z cuts Yanni's stream from last night. Oh boy. And it's just painfully obvious now. I'm using painfully obvious because the white lady was painfully obvious. Yeah, this is about worship, and they're saying it now. I want to know where all of these black male feminists are who swore up and down that we in the black manosphere had it wrong. We didn't understand. We had it wrong. Our assessment of what women really want and what women really like is wrong. Don't listen to this handful of loud women on the internet and on social media. I'm gonna play a few clips for you guys. And somebody said sounds. Okay, give me a second. I hope you guys can. Okay. I'm gonna just keep. I'm gonna play a couple of clips for you guys where it's painfully obvious that this sexism and anti-blackness, and the misandry is at an all-time high. It's very interesting listening to Yanni speak, listening to the couple clips that she played from both black men, black women, non-black women. You said my sound sounds extra muffled. Hopefully you guys can hear me better now. Oh, you know what? That's the problem. Give Mr. Z 1 second. Give Mr. Z 1 second.
There we go. And that should have fixed everything. Let's do our intro. Let's do all of that all over again. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in, and I know you guys can hear me better now. And so in this video, we will be reviewing Yanni and a couple of clips that she played on her stream last night, where she speaks of the Simone Biles situation. The reason why we're covering the Simone Biles situation is to emphasize that this is not some little social media thing. This is something that the black manosphere in a proportion. We're not reading it wrong. We're not exaggerating and overemphasizing black women and non-black women speaking reckless about black men. We are not exaggerating the misogyny towards black both from black women and non-people. Um, so we are going to play a couple of clips in a few seconds where it's become very evident that the issue that these women had with the Simone Biles situation is that Mr. Jonathan Owens did not worship the ground that his wife, Miss Simone Biles Owens, walked on. They have made it. Oh, he said I started boarding. Okay, give me a second. A second. But yeah, they have made it extremely obvious, and I'm gonna play this, and then we're gonna get going. So y'all give 1 second. Hope you guys can hear still. But we are gonna play this. We're gonna play this one first. Is the disrespect. I'm gonna let a black woman go first. And then I'll play the woman a little bit. So let's play this. Hope you guys can hear this already. Know. Shoestring budget. Clearly, the internet and social media is not. They hate me though. Clearly, y'all give me 1 second because I'm gonna play that again. No, we gotta play that. Screw that. Yeah. Well, give Mr. Z 1 second, y'all. Give Mr. Z 1 second. I am moving so that we can make sure that we hear this clip, right? Because this person clearly don't know how to freaking drive. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me better. And let's see. Let's play this again because the internet think that it's gonna stop me from playing this, and it's not. It's just really not. So we're gonna play this one more again, and then we will get on our way. Y'all give Mr. Z 1 second. Here we go.
Christmas is over. Can I say something? If the girls have not learned anything in the past 2 weeks, it should have been this. Keep y'all feral ass husbands and boyfriends off the internet. We don't want to hear them, sis. She never did, actually. Men be cute to look at every now and again. You find a cute one, you be like, oh, he cute. But as soon as he opens his mouth, he's embarrassing. And you know this. You know that men are embarrassing. So why you still let him on the internet, sis? Restrict his internet access for us, please. Do us all that favor. In reality, they are to be seen and not heard. Because you got time to do all this talking, but you could be working picking up extra shit. And for real, they don't even need to be seen because you should always be outside working. I don't need to see or hear them. In reality, having social media in general is an ick of mine because social media is very much, hey, look at me. And like I said, not seen or heard. For real. For real. My boyfriend don't got social media because what you got social media for? He lucky I let him keep his LinkedIn. And the only reason he keep that is because, okay, you're not working for a job. If you lose your job, okay, that's okay. But he lucky I let him keep that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, y'all.
Yeah, y'all heard that right. And you should have saw the video with the sass on her face and the way she, the sass on her face, y'all. The sass on her face. You should have seen the look on her face. Whoever she, she all right looking, sister. She's all right looking. Man, whoever you are in a relationship with this, understand you have the most self-centered. You have, woo, bruh. When you listen to these ladies talk, and I really, this is why I said I'm gonna start going at these people's spouses and whoever is having sex with them, because when you hear people talk like this, you gotta wonder who the hell is sleeping with this person. Who the hell? I get it. She's all right looking. She all right. She's kind of cute. Okay, whatever. And then you hear her talk. She's talking about, oh, just, these men be kind of cute sometimes. Ma'am, have you looked in the mirror? And then they open their mouth. Ma'am, have you looked in the mirror? Wow. This is frightening. But shout out to Miss Simone Biles Owens. Shout out to Mr. Jonathan Owens. Your situation on that video, on that podcast, exposed a whole lot. It exposed a whole lot. Now let's see, and I really, because I want to couple that clip I just played for you with another clip from Yanni speaking. Now we're gonna play 3 clips, right? This is Yanni speaking now, right? Okay, here we go. Y'all already know shoestring budget, Velcro budget. Here we go, y'all.
View when it comes to the situation is this was like a barbershop conversation. He's the man in the relationship and he's around other men and he's trying to impress other men. I have brothers. They be acting, real different when they be around their friends. They be having a little chip on their shoulder. You know how they are. You know how men get when they get around other men. They start acting a little, brand new. So I can entertain the objective. Like, okay, this is a barbershop conversation. His wife just will have to be there. And listen, ladies, if you've never been to the barbershop, a lot of you would get your feelings hurt. You would. You would get your feelings hurt because the conversations that be going on in there, men be low-key bragging and talking shit. They be talking out the side of their neck right here. It don't be coming out of here. It be coming out the side of their neck. They just be talking just to impress the man. But in reality, right, they simped over this woman. They literally simped for this woman, but when they get to the barbershop, they try to play it cool, like, oh no, that's not how it went down. And if you want to know what I'm referring
to. Okay. Yanni, of all people, a black woman, speaking about what goes on in barbershops. Dear Yanni, all of you ladies been showing your ass on social media for over a decade, showing us how y'all sound in the hair salon, in the nail salon, etc., etc. You're talking about the barbershop. Do you hear, Yanni? This was your attempt at kind of moonwalking and soft shoe backwards because you're essentially like, I'm not gonna be the reason why these people break up. I'm not gonna be the reason why they get a divorce. We look at Yanni's whole video was her essentially trying to tell black women, hey, we bullying this girl. We are bullying this young lady. We're looking like bullies because we're asking her to divorce her man, etc., etc. But you know, black women can't give advice. They can't mention black men without punching on black men. So even with that, she still had to punch on Jonathan Owens. Yeah, so Yanni engaged in the BS, and then when she came to, she was like, "Oh, wait a minute, we bullying Simone again." She mentions how black women bullied Simone because of her edges during her wedding, right? With her wedding photos. Are you gonna mention how y'all bullied Gabby Douglas also for her hair? Huh? Let's call a thing a thing. Y'all want to look good so bad in front of them white men. Ooh, Z, ooh. That people that you don't even know, black women that you don't even know. Couldn't you have done better? Couldn't you have done this? Why is your man saying that? Yes, Yanni, yes, it comes off as bullying. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it is bullying. Y'all felt the cringe. Because and this is let's pause right there. Let's mention this. What this conversation between Simone Biles Owens and Jonathan Owens is showing is black women's hypocrisy. Women in general hypocrisy. They're calling this man sassy. They're insulting him. They're kind of they're insinuating that he might be a little, questionable. His sexuality might be a little questionable. Let me say this, and most of the black manosphere are not gonna like this. So what? Let's say Mr. Jonathan Owens was sassy, and oh, Mr. Z, you're not supposed to say that. Oh no, 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 no. What about if Jonathan Owens was sassy? What about if he was the prize? Okay, him and the other brother said they called himself what, pretty red light skin or red bone or whatever. And oh wait, what you thought you were fighting for? Wait, you thought you could have feminism and patriarchy simultaneously? Oh no, this is what it looked like. Shout out to ASAP Rocky. Yes. Huh? Yeah, you're gonna have men calling themselves pretty bees. Why not? What you thought was gonna come with what you were advocating for. Oh wait, you wanted black men to still be paymasters and protectors, but be the unattractive one in the relationship. Huh? Oh no. This is what comes with egalitarianism. This is what comes with feminism. Yeah, you're gonna have men that look better than their female spouse and know it and say it. Ooh, Z, ooh. Oh no, what you thought? Oh, you didn't read the fine print. That's the problem. You did not read the fine print. Oh, that's the problem. Simone Biles is richer than her man, from our understanding, more famous than her man. Cool. She's more known. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And she still chose him. And so what if he's the pretty one in the relationship? And the problem here is what? So what if he owns it and says it in front of her and she doesn't disagree? And the problem here is what? Oh, it's your black women's collective ego. That's the problem. It's black women's collective ego. Huh? White men don't do that to white women. Let's be honest, that's your issue. Somewhere on social media are black women comparing black men to white men and deeming black men lacking. Somewhere. Y'all don't see Alexis Ohanian do that. Take your example from Alexis Ohanian. She should have been with Zac Efron. Oh boy. Yes, Yanni, black women are bullying Simone Biles. That's all y'all know how to do. Ooh, Z. What you think y'all do to black men, especially on social media? What do you think? Yanni had the unmitigated gall to speak about black men talking out the side of their neck at barbershops. Have any of y'all been dragged to a hair salon with your mom? Or a nail salon with an aunt or a grandma? I know Yanni ain't talking about who's talking crap. Black women, you can lie to everyone else. You can't lie to black men. That's much of y'all problem. That's why y'all trying to chase after them white boys. Y'all think y'all could find one of these loser ass lame, one of these simp ass lame ass white boys that you could pull these type of tricks on. That you can lie to and be like, oh, black men are so sassy and black men have very female and feminine characteristics. Talk about gossip. Maybe y'all. Shout out to all of you that think white men and Latino men don't be gossiping. Shout out to y'all. Y'all really, black women, I promise y'all in a bulletproof, bomb-proof, indestructible bubble. Y'all are in an indestructible bubble. And all you do is try to find things that confirm your bias, confirmation bias. Promise you. Imagine a black woman coming out of her mouth talking about black men talking out the side of their neck when they're in a room full of other black men, when they're in the barbershop. Black women who everyone knows, like that's like everyone knows how women in general, black women specifically, sound when in the hair salon and the nail salon. Right? And then with the first clip that I played, the young lady being extremely stupid, like insanely sassy. Right? Insanely sassy. And y'all gives you 1 second. Let me play this first clip, because this is the one. This is where I got the title from. Here we go. And y'all bear with me. Y'all already know shoestring budget. Here we go.
I'm a doctor. I'm also happily married, and as a high-achieving woman, I have some thoughts about the Simone Biles husband fiasco. I'm not comparing myself to an Olympian by any means, I promise, but it's not uncommon for me on this app for people to ask questions about how to make marriage and residency and medicine work. And I'll be honest, I've hesitated to answer a lot of those questions because the answer is it's about the person you choose. Simone Biles' husband's interview answers made it painfully clear that if you are a high-achieving woman and you marry someone who does not, she said painfully, not adore you, worship the ground you walk on, and is not ready to just shout your accomplishments from the rooftop at all times, you are in for a lifetime of jealousy and resentment. This is especially true for women in medicine because we are a rocket ship launching towards the stratosphere. If your man is insecure about your accomplishments as a medical student or a resident, imagine how he's going to be when you are the attending, when you're the one speaking at conferences, when you're the one making $400,000 a year. While we're on that subject, by the way, I don't care how much you love him, get a prenup. This marriage works because I married the most patient, understanding, supportive person I have ever met in my entire life. I come home exhausted emotionally, physically, mentally on my 80th hour of work that week, and I know he's going to be there for me. He is the first person I tell when I publish a paper. He's the first person I tell when I lose a patient. That's why the marriage works.
And to Louis Conyer, yes, I saw the email. Yes, I did. Yes, unless it's another email, I'll check. I'll make sure we're speaking about the same email. Did y'all hear that? If he doesn't worship you, if he doesn't yell your accomplishments from the rooftops, or however she said it, right? Y'all heard that? Hey, FD, where you at? Oh, by the way, that was a white woman. That was a white woman. Black women don't care. They don't care. They don't care if it's a white woman talking crap. They don't care as long as she's talking crap about black men. As long as she insinuating that black men ain't ish. As long as she's saying what black women want to hear. Oh yeah, yes, come in, white Nubian queen, come in. Right? Yeah. So the white woman is saying, that's why they. Okay, you know what? Let it go. ego. She's already preparing. Well, you know, when you make $400,000 a year, and when you're the one giving the lectures, and oh, what y'all thought, right? Our society has spent decades getting men ready for women's newfound power and for this quote unquote egalitarianism. And what women heard was, oh, it's our time to be worshipped. So I mean, he's still going to provide and protect, right? But he's going to worship the ground I walk on. And if I'm the one who earns more, he's going to worship the ground I walk on even more. She said, worship the ground you walk on. Y'all heard, right? That's what this is really about. If you want to know what black women's issue with Mr. Jonathan Owens is that he didn't worship the ground Simone walks on. Beginning, end. That's it. It's not that, oh, he made it seem like she's the one pursuing him. They do have an issue with it, but that's not the issue. It's a issue. It's not the issue. The issue is that Mr. Jonathan Owens does not worship the ground his wife walks on. He loves her. He clearly cares about her, but he doesn't worship her. And black women are taking that as, does he really even like her? Right? Now we're having a more honest conversation. Even though the women are still trying to put up a front, the truth is leaking out here and there. The truth is leaking out here and there because the truth is they want Mr. Jonathan Owens to worship the ground Simone walks on. So they can feel vicariously like he's worshiping the ground a black woman and then by extension black women walk on. That's what this is about. Right? That's what this is about. Mr. Jonathan Owens and Miss Simone Biles Owens just found themselves on the wrong side of a black gender war. That's all. At least online, maybe not in in real life too. In real life too. I was gonna try to play it down. I'm not even gonna try it. But definitely on social media, right? They found themselves in the middle of black women's insatiable inferiority complex and insecurity in relation to white women. That is why black women are out here comparing black men to white men. Mr. Zac Efron, Mr. Alexis Ohanian, right? Because that's what this is really about, right? That's what this is really about. And they have made it, talk about painfully clear, painfully obvious. They played, and by the way, Yanni played a bunch of different clips from black men. She played clips of white women asking their husbands or boyfriends, do you know who Simone Biles is? And they're like, yeah, she's like the best Olympian ever, et cetera, et cetera. Do you know who Jonathan Owens is? Who? But they're all proving the point. Their issue is that Mr. Jonathan Owens treats his wife like she's a person. And the clip you played with the white woman says everything, Yanni. Y'all don't have a problem with the man sounding insecure. You having a problem with the fact the other man have why on social media you can get up another ship. That ego and say pride, that ego, that sass. Oh, you have it. You have it. Huh? Where the foreign land now? My nig cells. These people, foreign men in the foreign land had the unmitigated gall to call black men in the black manosphere nig cells. Nig cells. Wow. right? Excuse me, y'all. But now we know why, right? Now we know why. This is what it's about. It's about the worship. Let me play that clip for y'all again. The one with the super sassy ass black woman. Let's see if we can play this before this light turns green. Here we go. Y'all already know shoestring budget, Velcro budget. Here we go, y'all. Let's see if it plays. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Let's play this one.
Christmas is over. Can I say something? If the girls have not learned anything in the past 2 weeks, it should have been this. Keep y'all feral ass husbands and boyfriends off the internet. We don't want to hear them, sis. Never did, actually. Men be cute to look at every now and again. You find him cute when you be like, oh, he cute. But as soon as he opens his mouth, he's embarrassing. And you know this. You know that men are embarrassing. So why you still let him on the internet, sis? Restrict his internet access for us, please. Do us all that favor. In reality, they are...
The light turned green, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. The light turned green. The light turned green. But she said, did she say feral? Is Mr. Z the only one cut that? Did she say keep y'all feral ass boyfriends or husbands or whatever off of social media? Is that the word I heard? It's possible she said another word that I don't know, and you know. Hey, I'm gonna read your comment. You gotta give me like a good 20 minutes, Leon. Before I can read. As a matter of fact, let's try to highlight that. Leave that up for a little bit. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna read it when I get a chance. I'm about to jump on the expressway, so y'all already know. But yeah. Wow. Wow. So, but what did we expect? What did we expect? Y'all have spent decades socializing the men to be prepared for their girlfriends and their daughters and their wives and their mothers and their aunts and their grandmothers, to be doing well, to be educated, and for these men not to be jealous, etc., etc. Did you prepare the women for this? No, you did not. This is why they sound the way they do. Intersectionality, my ass. Huh? Listen to how women sound. The white woman is talking about worship. The black woman is calling men feral. Black men feral. Essentially, and she said it. He needs to be seen and not heard. The black one, and later on in that clip, I didn't get to play it this time. I'll play it once I get a chance. A black woman saying black men need to be seen and not heard. I'ma love to see how FD and them reframe this. Huh? Hey, you can't make this up. There's a reason why Kevin used to say that. You can't make this up. This is not a joke. This is real. And y'all need to stop acting like the way these women speak on social media is not real. It's real. They mean it. At the best, this is an aspect of their personality. Maybe it's not everything. It's an aspect. At the best, if I give you all the excuses in the world. Right? Wow. So the black woman is saying men need to be seen and not heard. The white woman speaking about being worshipped, right? Yet black men are jealous of black women's newfound power. That's how they're trying to frame this Simone Biles Owens and Jonathan Owens conversation. That Jonathan Owens is insanely insecure and he's jealous of his wife and her accomplishments. Yanni goes on to say, why didn't, if you watch the whole thing, why didn't they play the clip where Mr. Jonathan Owens speaks about how Simone Biles Owens helped him, right? But they did. If you watch the whole thing, see, you said you watched the whole thing. So if you watch the whole thing, you'll see he mentioned it. He mentioned how she looked out for him and how he appreciates that. But that messes with the narrative. That messes with the narrative of using Jonathan Owens as a proxy to beat up on black men. And that's all this is. It's using Jonathan Owens again, one more again, to say, you see these black men, they're so jealous of us when we're accomplishing it. Look. Look, when we have something, what we've done great in our lives. Look, black men, and look how insecure he is. Oh my God, he's not worshiping her. She's better than you. She's more accomplished than you. Why aren't you worshiping her? You're leaving her uncovered. Why are you saying, and that obviously that's the other issue. Why are you telling the world that she's the one who drove 45 minutes to come see you? Why did that have to be said? Excuse me, if y'all are fighting for egalitarianism, then that could be said. There is no covering. Uh-oh. What y'all thought? Y'all want to quote unquote queer your relationships, right? Oops. Huh? What y'all thought? And I might be going through a bit of a dead zone, so y'all bear with me. It's going to probably last another, I don't know, minute or so, right? Maybe 2 minutes, something like that. Huh? You can't have it both ways. Either you want patriarchy and the men that come from that, or you don't. And what we have here is clearly, oh crap, y'all. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go through the super dead zone in a minute. Jesus, okay. I was trying to stay on the express. I'm gonna have to take this exit, and whenever I take this exit, it is guaranteed that I go through the dead zone and it knocks me off. It is guaranteed. So y'all bear with me if I get right. I will be back. So y'all bear with me. I'll probably off in the next, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, and I'll try to get back to y'all as soon as humanly possible. Of course, that's happening tonight. Plus, it's raining because obviously it's South Florida, and South Florida in the rain and the weather. And I'll go ahead and put y'all Everglade Wireless jokes in the comments. So, right, let's see. Am I gonna make this green? I am not gonna make this green. There's no way in hell. So, yep, the dead zone is coming. The dead zone is coming. Yep. And there you go. And I'm surprised you guys can hear me if you guys can. Anyway, okay. So continuing for as long as I can. This is a big issue. These are people's black boys and black men's mothers, their aunts, their sisters, their girlfriends, their wives, and you see how they talk and how they think. You see how they talk and how they think. Now what? Huh? Now what? All right. So let me see if I can read this. Let me know if y'all can hear me because I'm about to read Leon's comment. And Leon says, and thank you for the super chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If anything, I'll just read it again. The nurse was tripping. I have talked about them being drained and lacking empathy outside of work for others and having the expectation of pampering. And there you go. All right. And there you go. And that's all. Right. And that's all. These are black men and black boys, actual siblings, parents, grandparents, aunts, family members, and relatives talking like this. So yeah, that was a white woman, but Yanni played it. Yanni, a black woman, played this white woman was saying. Right? So let me see if I could. Well, oh, there it goes. Let's see if we could play that clip again. Give me 1 second, yo. Before we get live, let's see if we play it again. And here we go. Here we go, yo.
Christmas is over. Can I say something? If the girls have not learned anything in the past 2 weeks, it should have been this. Keep y'all feral ass husbands and boyfriends off the internet. We don't want to hear them, sis. Never did, actually. Men be cute to look at every now and again. You find him cute when you be like, oh, he cute. But as soon as he opens his mouth, he's embarrassing. And you know this. You know that men are embarrassing. So why you still let him on the internet, sis? Restrict his internet access. scores, please. Do us all that favor. In reality, they aren't to be seen and not heard. Because you got to do all this talking, but you could be working, picking up extra shifts. And for real, they don't even need to be seen because they'll always be outside working. I don't need to see or hear them. In reality, having social media in general is a thing of mine because social media is very much, hey, look at me. And like I said, not seen or heard. For real. My boyfriend don't got social media because what you got social media for? He lucky I let him keep his LinkedIn. And the only reason he keep that is because, okay, you're not working for a job. If you lose your job, okay, that's okay. But he lucky I let him keep that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, y'all.
Y'all heard right. You heard right. She said seen and not heard. That's a young black woman. She don't look like she broke over 30. She definitely not over 35. That's for sure. Oh yeah, you heard right, Vegas. Vegas had let him. Yeah. Uh-huh. I said it. I tried to say it to FD. He wasn't hearing it. I love that the Simone Biles, Owens, and Jonathan Owens story came out. What can y'all say now? And yes, this does affect how these girls then end up becoming women, going to take, learn education in college and then teach black boys. Huh? When they thinking about black boys that are eventually going to become black men like this. Huh? Did homegirls say feral? Did Mr. Z hear that right? Your feral ass boyfriends. Did Mr. Z hear that right? No, that wasn't Yanni. That wasn't Yanni Detroit that was speaking like that. That wasn't Yanni. Right? And Afro National, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Right? Let me see if I'm going to play this next clip with the white woman talking about worship. Let's see if we can hurry up and get that before this light turns green. There we go. There we go.
I'm a doctor. I'm also happily married. And as a high-achieving woman, I have some thoughts about the Simone Biles husband fiasco. I am not comparing myself to an Olympian by any means, I promise. But it's not uncommon for me on this app for people to ask questions about how to make marriage and residency and medicine work. And I'll be honest, I've hesitated to answer a lot of those questions because the answer is it's about the person you choose. Simone Biles' husband's interview answers made it painfully clear that if you are a high-achieving woman and you marry someone who doesn't...
My bad, y'all. God damn. Light turned green. I'm sorry, y'all. Light turned green. Anyway, but yeah, so the doctor, hey, look, and she was going to say worship. That the light turned green right when she was about to say worship. She said worship. That's all y'all need to know. She said, if you're not with a man that worships you, yeah, it's like that. Yep, you heard right. It's like that. Worship is the word she used. Right? If he does worship you and essentially worship the ground you walk on. She said worship the ground you walk on. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. But what did we think? What did we think? Once again, thank you for the super sticker, Afro National. But what did we think? If I'm going to be extremely kind and generous, I mean insanely kind and generous, right? Like delusional kind and generous, I would say we've socialized men and boys to be more accepting of this supposed egalitarian system, and we haven't done the same for women. That's if I want to be just insanely generous. Right? And this is what it looks like. A white woman talking about worshiping the ground that she walks on, right? Let's see if we can hurry up and play this and finish this. Here we go. Okay, wait a minute. What is it doing? It's doing its own thing. Oh boy, it's doing it. I really want to play that clip. Let me see if I can hurry up and play that. Fast forward. Okay, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Okay, we don't got time. But right, yeah, worshiping the ground. Now what? And the question then remains. This is why, you know what? Forget the question. This is why there's a black uru that says we have to divorce ourselves from black women politically, right? This is why there's a black uru that says we have to, because then we will continue to get Yanni. We will continue to get Yanni. We will continue to get the young lady that was being extra sassy, talking about not letting her boyfriend have social media. We will continue to get that, right? What did people think? You raised your daughters talking crap about your sons for decades. Let me say that again. For decades, America just has been encouraging their daughters to talk absolutely insanely about their sons. And it was always under the guise of, well, you got to understand, and women and oppression, as if what black women were going through was a one-to-one of what white women were going through, right? Right? My apologies, y'all. Escalators in front of me going as slow as humanly possible, and I'm gonna miss the light because, of course. But of course, right? Well, at least everyone knows, right? At least everyone knows. Black women, please continue to be as loud as humanly possible. See, that's why Mr. Z says let them talk. Because what Black Uru proposes only makes more and more sense when you hear these women speak. That's why I say let them talk. You want to see anti-blackness and how they direct that towards black men? Listen to them speak, especially on social media. Listen to them speak. Right? Because what we're hearing is real. They mean it when they say it. Right? Whether you like it or not, they mean it when they say it. Right? And I Am Wolf says, notice they didn't use Papoose as the ideal example. Uh-oh. Well, that was embarrassing too, right? They're not going to use Remy Ma and Papoose as an example. Because what that shows is that even when a black man is there for you, when he's riding with you, when he's willing to, wait for you to come out of prison, raise your son while you're in prison, and have a good relationship with that son, not no little whatever relationship, a good relationship with your biological son. That's not his biological son. Even with all of that, you come out and you cheat on him with the discount version of him. Black women don't want that, right? Black women don't want a conversation about how much of what goes on in the black community that's negative is bi-directional. It's not just black men beating up on black women, right? It's not just black men speaking recklessly about black women. It's not just black men insulting black women because they're insecure or, their manhood dictates that they speak ill of black women every chance they get, especially an accomplished black woman. It's not black men being jealous of black women's accomplishments. No. If black women were made to be honest, they would be honest and be like, yeah, all of this is pretty much bi-directional. And all we do is use white society's concepts of patriarchy and white manhood to beat up on black men. Even though black men and white men aren't the same when it comes to patriarchy, when it comes to egalitarianism, jealousy of women's accomplishments. And black men are far more egalitarian than white men would ever be. And actually, much of the issue that black women have is that because they want patriarchy under feminist specifications. If black women were made to be honest, that's what they would say. But they don't say that because white racist society, both right-leaning and left-leaning white racist society, gives them the space to beat up on black men without ever being honest about the situation in the black community. They always get to frame it as if black men are beating up on them, black men are insulting them, black men in DV, black men are homophobic on the next level, but they never have to be honest about the environment, ever. Right? That's how you have white women commenting on this. Because loud ass black women are going to work saying, let me tell you about black men. I was catcalled on my way to work by these black men. And black men make fun of my hair and my skin tone. And they keep on telling white women that over and over again. And then now you have white women who have the ovaries to be speaking negatively about black men. Why they secretly cheat on their white husband with the black men? Oops. Huh? They're not going to use the Papoose example because that's embarrassing. The man held you down for years. Nobody would have waited for Remy Ma, like no one. Like no one. For years? Then come out and be ready to jumpstart your career? And you cheat on the man with a discount version of him? Talking about that's a nobody that nobody knows? They want to talk about nobody. So black women are not going to mention that. That's embarrassing. And that leans and that leans to what I'm saying, where much of the negativity that goes on in the black community is bi-directional. Black women engage in it just as much, if not more than black men do. If we talk about the Papoose and Remy Ma situation, then it becomes very clear that black women be cheating on black men that hold them down and love them. With lesser men. Oops. Huh? All that we're just looking for love and we're looking for someone that respects us and that doesn't. Remy Ma is a dark-skinned black woman. A black man that's not a colorist. Huh? We're looking for a man that's not a colorist and a featurist and that's not intimidated by our career. And huh? You talk about the Remy Ma Papoose situation, and black women are seen as what they are, human beings. Oops. Not gods, not goddesses. Right? Infallible. Right? When you speak about the Papoose and Remy Ma situation, it becomes very clear that black women are like everybody else, and if given too much and if spoiled, they will take it for granted. And they will do something or say something messed up and torch the whole thing. Exhibit A. Right? Y'all seen the look on Remy Ma's face? What can they say? This is a unambiguously black, dark-skinned, West African feature black woman. You notice where black you ain't hear black. How often you heard black women mention this story? Even the gossip sites, even the gossip pages on YouTube, they wasn't talking about that. Of course not. There's no way to beat up on Papoose for this story. None. Right? You notice how Yanni, for those of you that watch the Yanni coverage of this, notice how she's framing it now. Don't be mad at black women for responding this way. It was the black men. The black men are the one who set you up. Now black women talking about their ick. Listen, black women, ain't nobody care about your goddamn icks because your icks are everything. Oops. See, maybe you would have a leg to stand on if your icks weren't everything. Too smart, ick. Not swaggy enough, ick. Too swaggy, ick. Good looking, ick. Not good looking enough, ick. Too tall, ick. Too short, ick. Charismatic, ick. Not charismatic enough, ick. Nice car, ick. Beater, ick. Nice house in nice neighborhood, ick. No house, live with his mom, ick. Black women in their icks, everything. The most miserable people on the face of the earth. Right? And this girl had the unmitigated gall to talk about her icks. Nobody care about your goddamn icks. Ick. Man, ick, everything. Really? Zesty men, thank you, GC. Zesty men, ick. Zesty men, kind of not ick. Right? Tough as nails men, ick. Sassy men, ick. Right? Their icks are everything. That's why nobody cares what y'all talking about. Right? So y'all gonna let and Yanni caught it a little bit. She was like, "We're bullying Simone Biles, and we're opening the door for other people to bully her too." What did you think? It's good that you're coming off your stupor now. Y'all be so busy, so worried about beating up on black men. Y'all love it. Y'all get off on it. Check their panties. I swear they're wet. Y'all get orgasms off of beating up on black men. That y'all forgot that this country is filled with a bunch of non-black racists. Wait, I'm not talking about black women right now. Oops. Y'all open, yes, Yanni, you're absolutely right. Y'all did open the door for white people and non-black people to be commenting on this black woman's marriage, not even just relationship, her marriage. You know, she's doing something and she's in something that most of you black women will never do. That's by the numbers. Mr. Z just ain't pulling that out his ass. By the numbers, Simone Biles Owens not only is an Olympian, but she got married, and that's something that about, what, 3/4 of black women will never be able to do. White man, Latino man, or not. Right? And KMS says, if the black woman is God, what does that make white women? Ooh, well, excuse me, make white men. Titans. Right? If the black woman is God, what does that make white men? Double alpha super God? Second. If the black woman is God, why can't they, Thanos snap, them a better situation in aggregate? Why are gods praying for a white man or a Russell Wilson situation at worst? I don't know how many different ways to say delusional. So I'm gonna just say delusional. Right? But that's all it is. It's you needing to say things to big yourself up. We've seen this, man. Like, we've seen this before. And that's why I'm really careful on how I speak about this with black women, because what it really is an insatiable inferiority complex, and you say and do things to make yourself feel better about your situation. That's all. And thank you for the super chat, KMS. That's all. Black women in their heart of hearts know where they stand in our society. They know how they're viewed. They know. They know. They blame black men for it. Because at the end of the day, this is really about black men and slavery and Jim Crow and black men not elevating black women so that white men can see them and take them. In other words, the way black women speak, the reason why white men ain't choosing them is because black men haven't elevated them enough. That's all. That's where Chrissy comes in with quote unquote corrective promotion, right? That's where that comes in, right? So let's play these clips again. Now we can actually finally play these clips. So let's play the Yanni one first. I'm not even gonna read y'all comment about her. I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even gonna do it. I'll see y'all in the comments. Here we go.
Objective view when it comes to this situation is this was like a barbershop conversation. He's the man in the relationship and he's around other men and he's trying to impress other men. I have brothers. They be acting, real different when they be around their friends. They be having a little chip on their shoulder. You know how they are. You know how the men get when they get around other men. They start acting a little, brand new. So I can entertain the objective. Like, okay, this is a barbershop conversation. His wife just will have to be there. And listen, ladies, if you've never been to the barbershop, a lot of you would get your feelings hurt. You would. You would get your feelings hurt because the conversations that be going on in there, men be low-key bragging and talking shit. They be talking out the side of their neck right here. It don't be coming out of here. It be coming out the side of their neck. They just be talking just to impress the man. But in reality, right, they simped over this woman. They literally simped for this woman, but when they get to the barbershop, they try to play it cool, like, oh, no, that's not how it went down. And if you want to know what I'm referring to.
And she goes on to speak about a clip from Boomerang. Yeah, and that's what she. So that's why I cut it off there because the example is a part of Boomerang, where they're at the gym and et cetera, et cetera. So let's pause right here for Yanni to come out her mouth speaking about black men and how we sound at barbershops about black women. I promise y'all, if y'all have ever been to a hair salon, oh my God, a nail salon. See, this is what happens when you're extremely myopic and you really don't know how to debate and make really good arguments. What ends up happening is you back yourself into a corner because you make a statement that applies to you. And then now the hope is that the other person doesn't know that that applies to you also. That's the hope, right? So the hope for Yanni, and she, let me don't even say that because I don't even think she's self-aware enough to actually realize that. Wait a minute, black women be doing that too in hair salons and nail salons. Oops, talking crazy about men in your relationships, and ooh, girl, let me tell you what he bought me, and I even gave him no vagina yet, and da 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 da. And he took me here, and by the way, so he bought me this, and then I went home and I slept with such and such. And I don't know which one I really want right now. See, this one is better in bed, but this one, huh? It's Waiting to Excel the movie. Black women have convinced themselves that they could take their hair salon talk outside of the hair salon and not have it shredded. Y'all speak like this recklessly. Too much. Yanni, yes, y'all are bullying Simone. It is not black men. It is not. Y'all gave non black people the green light to critique this. That's you. This wouldn't even have registered on black men's radar had it not been for black women. Black women felt a certain way about Gabby Douglas' hair. Black women felt a certain way about Simone Biles Owens' hair. Black women felt a certain way about Jonathan Owens and what he said in this interview. And the fact that Simone Biles Owens sat there and pretty much agreed. Y'all are the ones that's making this woman's life miserable. She's not talking about black men or two black men. She's talking to black women. Black women are the ones that's telling this woman that she need to get her divorce lawyers ready, that she needs to leave him, that black women and white women are calling Jonathan Owens a raving narcissist, right? Black women are the ones who's telling Simone Biles Owens that she should have been with Zac Efron. That's black women that's doing that. Black women are the ones that are saying black men need to get their example from Alexis Ohanian, a white man. Black women. Black women are telling black men that the example of black masculinity that's not insecure about an accomplished black woman is a white man. Now, when Alexis Ohanian is a police officer and he puts 2 bullets in your son, then what? When Alexis Ohanian is a judge and he gavels up your son with 10 and 15 years, now what? Huh? This is why y'all are talking about aborting black male babies, because of the consequences of your own words on black boys and men. So the only way to avoid having to live the consequence of a whole lot of black women talking reckless is to not have the black boys in real life. That way you could talk reckless about black boys and men and then not have to worry about the outcomes of black boys and men. Huh? That's why so many of y'all are speaking about being the quote unquote rich auntie, stable auntie, barely stable auntie, struggling auntie. Right? And Mr. Shook to you says, never, though thought I'll say this, get your freaking passports. Mr. Shook to you said, never thought he'll say it, but get your freaking passports. If Yanni and whoever this sassy ass black woman is the example of what it's out here, oh my God. That's why I really feel for young millennial and Gen Z men. Right? I really do. Because what's out here is this sassy ass black woman in Yanni, and let's play the sassy ass black woman.
Christmas is over. Can I say something? If the girls have not learned anything in the past 2 weeks, it should have been this. Keep y'all feral ass husbands and boyfriends off the internet. We don't want to hear them, sis. She never did, actually. Men be cute to look at every now and then. You find him cute when you be like, oh, he cute. But as soon as he opens his mouth, he's embarrassing. And you know this. You know that men are embarrassing. So why you still let him on the internet, sis? Restrict his internet access for us, please. Do us all that favor. In reality, they are to be seen and not heard. Because you got time to do all this talking, but you could be working picking up extra shit. And for real, they don't even need to be seen because you should always be outside working. I don't need to see or hear them. In reality, having social media in general is an ick of mine because social media is very much, hey, look at me. And like I said, not seen or heard. For real. For real. My boyfriend don't got social media because what you got social media for? He lucky I let him keep his LinkedIn. And the only reason he keep that is because, okay, you're not working for a job. If you lose your job, okay, that's okay. But he lucky I let him keep that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, y'all.
Y'all heard that? That's a black woman. Y'all heard that? While you're on social media, you could be picking up another shift. Hey, I said it. And then this is the woman in the return line at Walmart. This is the woman that's a bank teller giving you a hard time, smiling and smirking, getting off on it, huh? When you at the DMV and they're talking amongst each other and you're standing there and you're trying to get their attention and one of them glances over at you like, if you don't leave us alone, this is her. This is her. Huh? When you go to the school asking about your children and how they're doing and you come across one of these women, Wolf, you heard right. She said let him. And Wolf says, did she say let him? Yeah, you heard right. Shout out to all you and guess what? I don't doubt her. Even if she's lying, you think there's not relationships where these men, their girlfriends are letting them and not letting them do certain things? I don't doubt her. Is she putting a little extra sauce to it? Absolutely. But I don't doubt her. And let's play this last one of the white woman and what this is really about. And then we'll end out. Right? But yeah, the extra sassy woman. Yeah. And she's just cute enough where a couple of brothers will go. They'll go. They'll deal with a woman like this. Shout out to you young millennials and Gen Z. Oh boy. Between women telling you to cash out them for their number to women like this saying that you need to be seen and not heard. And then you got FD signifiers talking about raising y'all to be more resilient in the face of women like this, women like Chrissy, women like Kim Foster, women like Yanni. Oh boy. My apologies to all you millennials, young millennials, Gen Z, and those of you that are going to come of age eventually as Gen Alpha. My apologies. We're fighting for y'all. We are. But it's a hard fight. And here go the last clip, y'all.
I'm a doctor. I'm also happily married, and as a high-achieving woman, I have some thoughts about the Simone Biles husband fiasco. I am not comparing myself to an Olympian by any means, I promise, but it's not uncommon for me on this app for people to ask questions about how to make marriage and residency and medicine work. And I'll be honest, I've hesitated to answer a lot of those questions because the answer is it's about the person you choose. Simone Biles' husband's interview answers made it painfully clear that if you are a high-achieving woman and you marry someone who does not, she said painfully, not adore you, worship the ground you walk on, and is not ready to just shout your accomplishments from the rooftop at all times, you are in for a lifetime of jealousy and resentment. This is especially true for women in medicine because we are a rocket ship launching towards the stratosphere. If your man is insecure about your accomplishments as a medical student or a resident, imagine how he's going to be when you are the attending, when you're the one speaking at conferences, when you're the one making $400,000 a year. While we're on that subject, by the way, I don't care how much you love him, get a prenup. This marriage works because I married the most patient, understanding, supportive person I have ever met in my entire life. I come home exhausted emotionally, physically, mentally on my 80th hour of work that week, and I know he's going to be there for me. He is the first person I tell when I publish a paper. He's the first person I tell when I lose a patient. That's why the marriage works.
Y'all heard the white woman. Worship the ground she walks on. Scream her accomplishments from the rooftops. Y'all heard her. Y'all heard her. And that's what this is about. That's what this is about. It has nothing to do with Jonathan Owens' insecurity. I told you, if you let them talk long enough, they will tell you, or they will play or show you something that will tell you what it really is. Let them talk. That's what this is about. They're going to frame it. FD, bro, you don't have no sisters, bro. You don't have sisters. I'm obviously mother and whatever, but you don't have no sisters. You married your wife mad early, or y'all were together mad early. You don't know, bro. Or you do know and you're pretending not to know, which it's worse, but okay. You let them talk. See, y'all take these women at face value. That's why I told y'all, let them talk. You let them talk, they tell you what it really is. Jonathan Owens doesn't worship the ground that Simone Biles Owens walks on. He's not screaming her accomplishments from the rooftop, and that's what it really is. He's not screaming her accomplishments from the rooftop, and that is why black women compared black men and Mr. Jonathan Owens particularly to Alexis Ohanian. Because Alexis Ohanian walking around here, I'm with the GOAT. Oh, I'm with the GOAT. I'm with the GOAT. That's why black women straight up said it. You can't deny it. They straight up said it. Alexis Ohanian would never. Right? Huh. And Mr. Shook to you says, plenty of white men in Russia. Why not go get them? Man, you already know them Russian dudes. Backhand. Tiger uppercut. Right? Y'all seen that clip of that South Asian? I want to say he was Indian. Kicking that. Was it a black woman? Kicking her out because she got into an argument with his mother? Black women could only pull that on black American men, maybe some black men in the Caribbean, a couple of African brothers, and that's just about it. You can't take that too far. There's certain places in Latin America, Mr. Z ain't gonna lie, certain places in Latin America, but you start messing around, certain places in Latin America, you will find your head on the other side of a saw. I'm not joking. I am not joking. Your head and your body will be detached. You do that in Eastern Europe, have fun. Shout out to Edward Anderson. That's why Edward Anderson says date out. That's why Edward Anderson, that's why Ed says tell them to date out. All that talk they talking. Tell them to date out, tell them to go get their passports. There's only so many places black women can go where they can find the money and a certain understanding of female rights and female and women's rights. I said it already. They got about 24 to about 30 countries. Once you start getting outside of that, all right, now you're gambling. Lithium says, date out or eat the box. Date out, eat the box, or get real comfortable with your Rose toy and playing with your cat, pun intended. And even Khadijah slipped up and said a little bit of something on her video of hetero pessimism because she's listening into us. She slipped up and said, like, and they're telling you essentially black men telling women to go end up in same-sex loving relationships, even though Khadijah herself is queer. Yeah, we saying it. What you thought? Y'all don't like it over here, then go end up with other women. Have fun with that DV rate. Oops. Black women are so great, but yeah, y'all beating the crap out of each other in them relationships. Tiger uppercut. Kamehameha and final flash and everything in that damn house. Right? And Better Use is Khadijah the dark skinned chick that's loud and does the video essays? Yeah, Khadijah and Bo. Right? But on that note, everyone, Mr. Z has to make a hard stop. Mr. Shook to you, thank you for the super chat once again. And we will end out here. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Yeah. Look, now they're saying it. It's about worshiping them and screaming their accomplishments from the rooftop. And anything short of that, then you are a raving narcissist, a raging narcissist. Hey, there you go. And on that note, everyone, y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content. Wait, Mr. Z doing this wrong. I'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, and have a great rest of y'all day. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out. For the love of God, go check out other non-Black Manosphere content. So y'all don't sound like these people myopic as hell, right? Absolutely insanely myopic. It should be illegal to be this myopic. It really should. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out.